The last Smart we reviewed was back in 2020. It was the Smart 44 and it's our third most popular video. So why have we left it 5 years to review another one? Well, mainly because trying to get a car out of Mercedes-Benz is like trying to get a blood out of stone. But now the press fleet is managed by an external PR agency. So we've finally got the keys to the new #1. Yes, I did mean to say #1. Who the f came up with that? It's embarrassing and I refuse to call it by that. So from now on, I'm just going to say 1. It looks nothing like the one we reviewed, never mind the basic 2-seater that first hit the streets in 1998. So let's just rewind a bit because it really is a rather interesting story.
It was first conceived in 1982 by Swatch, yes, the watch manufacturer, and was originally going to be called the Swatchmobile until CEO Nicholas Hayek persuaded Daimler-Benz, the parent company of Mercedes, to get involved in 1994 and provide 51% of the required capital. Renamed the Smart for Swatch Mercedes Art, it finally went into production in 1998, since when 2 million have been sold in almost 50 countries. The first model was the Smart City Coupe, later renamed the Smart 42, and over the years the lineup expanded to include the 44 and 4US, which soldiered on through various facelifts and went all electric in 2019. There were other models like the Crossblade and Roadster and of course Brabus tuned versions, and then in 2020 the brand partnered with Geely.
This 50-50 joint venture between Mercedes-Benz and the ever-expanding Chinese firm aimed to reinvent Smart, focusing on EVs and a broader market reach. And in 2023, the all-new Smart 1 launched, and the first thing you'll notice is how car-like it is. It's a world away from the outgoing model. You can't park this nose onto the pavement without it protruding right out into the road. There are no optional extras except for a tow bar, and there's just 4 trim levels with prices starting from £31,950 and increasing to £43,450 for the Brabus. The entry-level version is actually very well equipped, but comes with the smaller 49 kilowatt-hour battery for a claimed range of 193 miles and a charging capability of 130 kilowatts. The next version up, Pro Plus, no, not the caffeine tablets, introduces the bigger 66 kilowatt-hour battery, increasing range to 273 miles and charging capability to 150 kilowatts. Although both versions charge from 10 to 80% in 30 minutes. We've got the premium version, which will set you back £38,950, punchy. It's based on the same Geely platform as the Volvo E30 that we reviewed just a few months ago and liked a lot. But all design inside and out is done by Mercedes, as is the suspension tuning. Let's address that first point.
Yes, it's another small family SUV, but at least it looks fairly unique. The V-shaped headlights and taillights that are connected by light bars are reminiscent of the EQ models. Otherwise, it's more daring in design than its austere Mercedes siblings, at least.
Inside, it's a different story. They've clearly raided the Mercedes parts bin for some of the switchgear, and you need sunglasses to protect your eyes from the glare of all this shiny trim. It does feel light and airy, however, thanks to the panoramic glass sunroof, which is standard across all models, and the design, which is very minimalist, helps to make it look fresh and modern. It's roomy too. Surprising, given that the car looks quite small from the outside. In that sense, it's like the old Smart, very clever packaging. Unfortunately, the boot and the frunk suffer as a consequence in that they're tiny. But it is worth noting that the rear seats do slide forward, as I will elegantly demonstrate, to give you a little bit more flexibility when it comes to putting stuff in the boot. The 12.8 infotainment setup, complete with an animated fox as your assistant, has an extremely cluttered user face, as you can see, and it's quite frankly baffling until you've learnt your way around it. It's all just a bit weird, like they've designed the car and thought, where's the innovation that characterised the original Smart? Oh, I know, let's stick an odd talking animal into the mix. Thankfully, the car has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The Smart One can be bought with either a single 268 brake horsepower motor driving the rear wheels, or a dual motor car with all-wheel drive and 418 brake horsepower if you opt for the Brabus line. It's quiet even on the motorway and majors on comfort and refinement. Although at low speed the ride is a little choppy, for the most part it feels composed and balanced. It has all-round good visibility and it drives pleasantly. I have nothing more to say. You can change the regenerative settings in here, and you can choose between low, medium or high. But in the latter, the response when you lift off the accelerator pedal is delayed and grabby, making it very difficult to drive smoothly. So in that sense, it's actually nicer to drive with it low. There's also an E pedal setting for one pedal driving, but it's buried in a sub-menu somewhere. You can alter the power steering here, and you can make that either feel light, standard or heavy, or just set it to auto. It's worth mentioning here that hill descent control and hill assist come as standard. Yep, baffling that the Smart is equipped with this tech. It's all in the name of safety apparently. So to sum up then, the new Smart is better equipped, more spacious and quicker off the mark than the old generation it replaces. It's good to drive, has a high quality interior, and it's quicker to charge than a lot of its rivals. If you can live with the small boot and the name, it's a great car. But you'd probably be better off leasing one, and if you can stretch to it, buying a rare original version with low mileage. They're apparently becoming increasingly collectible, and you don't need much space to store them. Did I really recommend you buy a petrol car? I'm just saying, I heard it's a good tip-off. Don't shoot the messenger.